guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Elephant Watch. As you can see, we've got a gang of elephants here running. Oh, we got baboons over there as well. Jesus. Oh no, they're fucking wolves. I don't know why I thought they were baboons. Baboon wolves maybe. Anyway, we're back in Total Rome 2. I am playing as Egypt and my opponent here is playing as Massilia. We are playing on the map Dimity, which is definitely a favorite. Let's just run over the army compositions really quickly here. So up the front, I've got 3 of these Egyptian infantry. I'm just going to put it in slow motion before we engage. Behind them, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Galatian swordsmen. Behind them, I've got 3 Ptolemaic cav, love of my life. Don't ever leave me. And I've got 2 of these Galatian royal guard flanking a carrying axeman general. Right up the back, I've got 3 Levi-Thureus spear. I'll explain my tactics in a second. So my opponent here has 3 of these Celtic slings at the front, which is great. 2 Massilian Thureus spears on the flanks. Axe warrior, axe warrior, axe warrior. In the center, he's got 2 Massilian hoplites. Up the back, he's got axe warrior, thorax hoplite. Thorax swordsman. So 4 thorax swordsmen. Right at the back, 3 Massilian cav, a Hippeus lancer, and a skirmisher cav unit there as well. So a core is kind of bizarre. I don't really get these kind of armies where they have like, you know, sword, hoplite, sword, and then, you know, weird like, you know, divisions of swords and hoplites. Like surely you would just want to keep it simple and have like hoplites at the front, keep your axe warriors at the back or something like that. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to like overload this side with, you know, killing power and overload the center with his, you know, holding power maybe. And I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. So, Massilian Thureus spears on the flanks. Definitely a good idea. I don't know who has I mean, he probably has a cavalry advantage. If I can use my my own Levi-Thureus spears in a good way, then I can definitely win this match. It is definitely winnable. We got these baboons running around here. Still doing their thing. He's going to bring up his Celtic slingers. So what I'm hoping to do, as always with these Egyptian infantry, is use them as bait. These guys are rubbish. Not really good at anything at all. They only cost 200 talons, but they can stand up to charges from the front and die. They can take a volley of javelins to the face and die. They can take elephants to the face and die. They can do pretty much everything and die, which is what I'm going to use them for in this battle here. Good old Egyptian infantry. Up the back, I've got Galatian swordsmen. Going to be my main line. Definitely not going to be able to hold up extremely well against what he has brought. So, not going to win the mainline infantry engagements. He does have the skirmishing advantage, seeing as I don't have anything. I do have 2 of these Galatian royal guard, and I do have a carrying axeman. And that's not to mention that I do have 3 of this Ptolemaic cav. But you're about to see what I'm planning on doing with my Ptolemaic cav. So a bit of a 1-2 punch. So all across the line, you can see I'm following up with my Ptolemaic cav. As to whether the timing is great, you can decide. But I'm going to knock down a lot of the enemy units. You can see I'm kind of mostly going for the swords and the axe warriors. Going to get nice amount of kills and follow up with my Galatian swordsmen and Egyptian infantry. And at this point, I'm going to have to extricate my own Ptolemaic cav. I've taken 14 losses there. What have I got here? 1 loss there and 1 loss there. So it seems to be worth it all across the line to disrupt the enemy charges and kind of inflict a lot of damage on the way in. Galatian swordsman chasing the wrong unit out of that fight. He does get a nice charge into me with these thorax swordsmen. My carrying axeman general is going to focus fire on this Hippeus lancer. Same with my Levi-Thureus spear. Going to reinforce the flanks with my Galatian Royal Guard. So again, over here, Galatian Royal Guard, going to try and win the flanks. He hasn't really had a chance to use his cavalry just yet, but you can see in the center where I wasn't using my my cavalry, he is winning, and all I've got there is just these Galatian swordsmen and Egyptian infantry, so definitely not going to win those central engagements anytime soon. Axe warriors down to 45 men, so definitely winning that engagement. These Galatian swordsmen beating down a thorax swordsman there. Galatian Royal Guard getting probably not too many kills just yet. Ooh, he does get a nice charge in here with his Hippeus Lancer General. I'm going to chase him off with a combination of Levi-Thureus spears and Ptolemaic cav. Don't really get the best charge there. And he's going to pull through his own men. doing a bit of a rear charge. So I'm definitely lost the central engagement here. Not a shadow of a doubt about it. So I get a pretty nice charge into his Massilian cavalry over here with my Ptolemaic cav. Don't know if I'm going to win that battle out because those Massilian cav are actually quite good anti-cavalry units. So we'll see how that goes. Again, getting a very nice charge into his Massilian cav with my with Bay Ptolemaic cav. Shredding these Massilian Thureus spears with my Galatian Royal Guard there. So definitely winning the flanks pretty well. In the center, again, we're getting some nice charges. I'm going to have to extricate this Ptolemaic cav very soon because we're not really bound to win that fight. Carrying Axeman, again, with this unit, I'm going to have to try and pull him out and get him into a favorable position. I have finished off that Massilian cav over on that flank, and I've got a Galatian swordsman and a Ptolemaic cavalry handy, ready to be thrown into another fight. So 18 men left on this Ptolemaic cav. Pull down this Massilian cavalry. Galatian Royal Guard, let's see how many kills we got in this guy. 74. Shredding its way through a couple of these thorax swordsmen. Definitely a good engagement for me there. He's going to pile another skirmisher cav into this fight. Don't know how that's going to go. I think it's a light missile cav there, so not going to do a lot of damage. Getting some good charges into these Celtic slingers with my own Ptolemaic cavalry. Really want to finish these units off so that they don't come back into the fight. In the center, I have engaged his Massilian hoplites with my carrying axemen. Definitely not a good place for them to be. They're not going to win that, that's for sure. They do have, armor-piercing damage with their axes, but I mean, they're just not a very good unit. You really shouldn't be using carrying axemen for anything other than, just keeping them alive and throwing javelins and supporting. So we have won this flank overwhelmingly, and we are destroying this Massilian hoplite, getting some nice charges into the flank with my Galatian Royal Guard there. And I'm going to chase into his Massilian Thureus spear over here with his Galatian swordsman. Again, finishing off these Celtic slingers with my Ptolemaic cav. Don't want them on the field for the late game. He should really be getting this Massilian cavalry into my Ptolemaic cav, but it doesn't look like he's doing that. In fact, he's letting me gear up for another rear charge here. No, here we go. Okay, so he does charge me down. Though he's only got 40 men left in that unit, and I've got 44 left in that Ptolemaic cav. A lot of spear units left on the field. I've got an Egyptian infantry, a couple of these Levi Thureus spears, and a Galatian swordsman with 41 men left. We have surrounded this Massilian hoplite, and I'm going to have to try and pull this Ptolemaic cav out. I've only got two units left in that guy. Galatian swordsman charging into thorax swordsman and getting a nice rear charge with these Galatian swordsmen as well into these Massilian hoplites. Hopefully going to finish these units off before they can make much more of a difference in this battle. Defeated that Massilian cav. I got one Ptolemaic cav with 43 men left and one with 6. Gonna have to try and make my rear charges count, and that will include this one here. Getting some good hits on this thorax swordsman. Gonna pick up a couple of kills, probably not enough. Gonna try and finish off this Massilian cavalry before it can make any more of a difference on the match. But he is shooting me with these Celtic slingers, which is definitely not a good thing. I was hoping to have finished off those Celtic slingers before this point in the match, and he's actually managed to pull down my Galatian Royal Guard with 27 men left, but not before I got 165 kills. Holy crap. Shield wall's been activated, and they actually might pull down a couple more units on the way out. So very good show from those units there. Getting a fairly awkward charge into these thorax swordsmen. They're going to kind of hang on to me for a bit before I get back out of combat. My units coming out of square formation to attack the axe warriors head on. Galatian swordsman. Got headhunt popped, 75 melee attack and 355 base morale. Getting a fairly awkward charge into these Massilian hoplites. And again, sealing the deal. Nice charge from the Ptolemaic cavalry. They really seem to be a game changer, these Ptolemaic cav. Now, I've got a lot of units left in the battlefield. Whether this is a replay bug or not remains to be seen, but I don't know if these guys are supposed to be here. But we'll see what happens. He charges into my units with these Levi Thureus spears. He probably should have used those to hold down my Ptolemaic cav. And I get a nice charge into these Massilian cavalry and destroy them fairly quickly. He does have these Celtic slingers left, which is going to be a problem for me, but I do have a Galatian Royal Guard, which should be able to deal with a lot of these infantry units fairly summarily. Get a nice charge into these thorax swordsmen with 29 men left, knock them down and pull through to these Celtic slingers. Now, I wouldn't consider that pulling through. I think I just used the wrong term. If you knock down a unit and they're lying on the floor, you can simply just move your unit over their unit. So I wouldn't really call that cheating. But let me know if you guys think the opposite. I'm going to turn around with my Ptolemaic cavalry and deal with these thorax swordsmen. And I have got the Massilian general surrounded now. We got the Galatian Royal Guard, and I'm bringing a Thorea spear around to get a nice charge on them. There we go, nice rear charge from the Ptolemaic cav. I was actually charging to the front of these units. I didn't really realize they were facing my direction with their shield wall. Or spear wall, hoplite wall, whatever you want to call it. So a couple of units left in the field, but it looks like he's just lost his general there, so he's about to lose these Celtic slingers. Now oh no, these levied Thorea spears. Okay, I didn't realize these guys were disciplined, so that's why they managed to stay on in the fight for a little bit longer than expected. So Ptolemaic cav again, just winning the battle for me. 147 kills, 374. Jesus Christ, triple XP chevrons, doing a great job. Whenever I bring these units, I seem to have a good time. So Ptolemaic cav is still bay. We've got 2 of these Galatian Royal Guards getting 171 kills and 298. Holy moly, doing a great job. So all in all, very good game. Thanks for Gustus for the game. We'll be back next time with some more action. Jujubear signing out. Peace.